Hi, yeah, good evening, Hirsch Sai here. Still Saturday, the 20th of February, 2021, and just making that a bit straighter. And basically, this video is quite simple. It's just basically all of my life hacks that I've figured out, discovered, basically developed. Well, maybe not all of my life hacks, but at least ones that I could recall, which I've actually written on my phone. So my personal life hacks. So just starting off from what I've written here. What I do is my main appointments each year, like for example, doctor, optometrist, what have you got? Doctor, optometrist, dental appointments. Schedule them all for February. So every February, I know that that's when I do the appointments, and also February is not a busy month, or not like a holiday month, such as January, December, and January are. So I have all my main appointments scheduled for February, and that's I remember to do it every year at that time. One really good life hack is that when cooking dinner, I cook a little bit extra at dinner, and then that extra I keep for lunch the next day. A really good life hack, and you're basically cooking two meals at once. Um, Across the top of my web browser, when going online, I have the icons of all my frequently visited sites. So it just reminds me of what sites I need to check each and every day. Like for example, emails, Zero accounting, bank websites, Facebook, Trade Me, or trading websites, etc., etc. Um, see. Oh yeah, what I do with just my business accounts is that the tax that I'm owing to pay, I keep in a separate account, or I always keep aside, and I just keep it there so I know that I've got the money for the tax that I need to pay at the end of the period, and it doubles up as a reserve at the same time. With passwords, with logging in. What I do is I think of a combination of basically five passwords, and because it's hard to remember all the passwords you have for all the various websites you have, and then again, there's also those websites that require you to, in quotes, register when you start off, and you're thinking, oh my God, how will I remember the password? I know, of course, now you can get Windows to remember your passwords for you, but just sometimes there's some websites where that's not always available, or where that doesn't quite work, or just where you've forgotten your password, or just really deciding the passwords in the first place. What I do, like I said, I have a group of five passwords, and I always choose my passwords from them. So if I'm guessing what my password is for a website and I can't obtain it any other way, I guess through those five passwords, and there you go. And of course, I have the passwords of things that are not immediately associated with me that no one can really figure out. I guess that part is quite obvious. Um, One thing I do with is that I never ever get Windows to remember the passwords for my online banking. I always just keep them, concrete, hard grained into my head, hit really hard at home, because those passwords I never get Windows to remember. Same with the credit cards. I never load credit cards onto anything. I always manually enter it each time. I just do that for security, and I think it's worth the extra effort for the security that you gain from it. Um, One good thing, actually, just when walking or standing up, is to put your hands behind your back, and that helps you maintain a straight back for good posture. That's just one thing with standing and walking. Another one is, when putting deodorant on, rather than putting it on, the skin, I put it on the clothes right next to the skin, so it protects the skin. That one actually learned from mum, believe it or not. Um, One thing going back to online I do is when saving documents, I actually save all documents twice. First on the hard drive, and second on an external SD card or pen drive, USB stick, which is always connected to the computer. So I save it twice. I have an immediate backup of everything. I know you can do backups every day, or say every week, every month, but this way, we're saving all documents twice. First on the hard drive, and then second on that USB stick or that little external storage. You have an immediate, up to the minute backup of everything. And if there's a disaster, like say if you're at work and you have to just run for it, you can just quickly grab the USB stick from your computer and run with it. And even if your computer's destroyed or lost, you've still at least got the USB stick with all your backed up information up to the minute. So that's a bit of an interesting life hack right there. Um, and what else is there? I also do another backup, of course, to an external hard drive every week. So there's a third backup as well, but that's basically a given. Um, I always keep basic supplies spare. Of course, like this is an obvious one. Like, it's good to have some canned food, medical supplies, emergency supplies. Always keep them spare in case anything happens. Um, oh no, sorry. Actually, what I'm saying here, I'm just reading it properly. Is that keep some basic supplies. Yes, of course, spare in the house, but even in your car, keep some basic supplies. Such as obviously togs and towels, but toiletries, a change of clothes, change of underclothes, warm clothes, jacket. Keep some basic supplies, yeah, emergency supplies as well, always in your car in case you ever need them. Also, in case you're traveling and you lose your checked-in luggage, and you need to stay somewhere, and you've always got the basic luggage in your car. If you're traveling and you lose your other luggage, or if you're flying, sorry, word this a bit better. If you're flying, I always keep the basics again in my carry-on. Just another pair of clothes, if possible, some sleeping clothes, basic toiletries. Because again, if you get delayed somewhere and you lose your checked-in luggage, you've got your basic things what you need in your carry-on, rather than just having access to the clothes on your back. Uh, and absolutely, lastly, from my sister is whenever at home, not always I do this, but whenever you're spending a day at home, hey, just spend it in your pajamas or comfortable clothes because your outdoor clothes, well, it saves those outdoor clothes or, good clothes from ever being worn. And also, think of those good clothes you wear, then you go outside everywhere you sit and everything you touch with the clothes on. They also bring that all into your house. So in some ways, it's good to just, when you're at home, just be wearing pajamas or basic clothes or comfy clothes. And just looking at my phone here, those are basically all the life hacks I have that I could at least remember. And there they are for you. I hope at least one of them has been of help. Thank you.